Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 201 of Prog Review. As I've mentioned before, I'm going to be talking about the Genesis box sets, and I'm not slamming it against my head, no. This is Genesis 1976 to 1982. But before I begin, I'm going to hand you over to the other Darren, and he's going to show you what the box set looks like. Okay? Take it away, Darren.
Why, thank you, Darren. And here it is. This is the blue box set. As you can see, the logo is rendered in the various album sleeve styles around the box. All very clever stuff. 1976 to 82, and there are the albums. There's 5 albums in there, and an extra disc, of course, which has all the bits that are missing from the albums, all the B-sides and stuff, and EPs. Oh yeah. Anyway, first one up is Trick of the Tail. Again, this has all the artwork's been restored back to how it should be. So there you go, and you even get the Charisma logo, see, on the DVD and the SACD. So again, it's it authenticates itself. And there you go, there's the artwork with the almost impossible lyric to read. I can never, that script is just, I don't know what they were thinking. Designed by Hypnosis, I believe, back in the day. And yeah, I mean, it's alright, a bit yellow. It's a bit yellow, isn't it? But still impressed that they worked the new information into the inlay with the style of the booklet, so it all matches up. There's no odd stuff there. And this is Wind and Wuthering, as you can see. There we go. There's of course, it's not textured or anything like the original album was. And there you go. It's got the Charisma label again. That does change throughout the box set. Sometimes there's like a special label. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Very hard to read. Brown on blue. Very, very difficult. Just like the original album sleeve. And there you go. Let's put that back in. We don't need to look at that. And the next one up will be. And then there were 3. Again, the album sleeve by Hypnosis again. A very, very confusing album sleeve. Yeah. And there's the band name written out. Oops, that's upside down. Let's straighten up that in my OCD. There we go. Straighten that up so it's all nice and oh dear. But yeah, so let's have a look at the inner booklet. Yeah, I mean, nothing. No big surprise there. A detail from the album with the lyrics there for you. And again, there's all the information with the DVD extras. So nothing's missing. There's nothing missing out of this. Right, next one up is Duke. Yeah, well, not my favourite Genesis album. And there you go. That's what I mean. It's got its own custom sleeve. This one Abacab. It's all we're getting into the away from the Charisma Records logo and into the custom sleeves. And there's Albert. And yeah, again, this very much mirrors the original. Well, they all mirror the original album sleeves. This more so. And yeah, I mean, it's nice enough, isn't it? Oops, stop, just bang the microphone. Oh, what am I doing? But yeah, you got the little illustrations and everything, so you won't be disappointed if you're a fan of this record. And again, there's the DVD visual extras as well. And yeah, so all very nice. And the last one up, if I can just put this back in the sleeve, it's misbehaving. And the last one, which you know what it is. Are you ready? Yes, it's this one. It's Abacab. There were different varieties of sleeve with this one, wasn't there? Whether you bought it on LP, which region? Oh, look at them, they're looking a bit glum. But yeah, so you can see what they've done with the CD and DVD there, and we have all the lyrics inside. Very pale rendering of the artwork there. I guess they don't want to obscure the lyrics. Very minimalist, isn't it, really? And there we are. So there you go. Not much to write home there. You know, Genesis doesn't have an official website anymore. What's that all about? You'd think they would, wouldn't you? But here we go. This is Genesis 1976, 1982, the extra tracks. And so all those odd bits. So it's a lovely hardbound book. All those odd bits are collated. You know, all the B-sides and stuff. And again, this follows. All these designs kind of follow the previous box set. Even though this one was the one that came out first, if I remembered clearly. But I like the way that they've designed the essays around the artwork of the album. That's pretty cool. Again, matches the rest in the series. And some nice pictures as well. I think most of them from Armando Gallo, aren't they? By the looks of it. I remember I've got his book in the bookcase somewhere. And there you go. So yeah, it's a nice little thing. The booklets are nice. I'm very delicate with it. I don't want to break the spine or anything, so that's why I'm not opening up so wide. You know what it's like. You always get the feeling that something's going to give. But yeah, you've got the Spot the Pigeon EP and the various singles and alternate takes, which is nice. And they're all mixed in surround sound too, so everyone gets the special treatment. So that's it. That's the box set, 1976 or 82. I'll hand you back to that fat idiot, eh? Well, I think you'll agree that was informative as ever. Now, this box set was the first one to come out, if my memory serves correct, so it was quite an impressive thing to have arrive. I'm okay. It wasn't the golden period, but it was still an impressive achievement. Now again, some of the albums benefit from again, we've got this whole stereo remix thing going on. Now some of the discs, they didn't really need it, but you get it anyway. I mean, for example, Trick of the Tail, just getting them out so I can have a look at them for my own reference. Didn't really need its stereo version revibrated. It was a very good album to begin with, but it sounds just as good. The new mix just sounds as good, and the stereo, the 5.1 version is very good indeed, though they kind of mess up the mono to stereo transition in Los Endos. Am I the only one that gets a little bit of a giggle fit when that comes on the headphones? But again, we start to get some very interesting DVD extras. You start to get the videos from the period, like Robbery, Assault, Battery, Ripples, Trick of the Tail, and you get the Genesis in concert film, which is rather a nice addition. You kind of get a lot more of that with the CDs. Wind and Wuthering, the stereo mix to that did, I think, need to be adjusted. The original version always sounded a little bit, I don't know, muffled, but you do get more clarity. It sounds absolutely fantastic in 5.1. It's a bit lacking in the DVD extras, he says, trying to. This is why I don't make notes. I'm just going to refer to this. Yeah, you only get some really bad US and Japanese TV clips, which are very, very
negligible. But of course, all these discs have interviews with the band talking about the album of the period, so that's pretty cool. One album which is absolutely transformed by the processes, and then there was 3. It was an album I never really got into, but both the stereo and 5.1 mix really lifted things, especially 5.1, because I'm 5.1 crazy. It really helped me get into this album a lot more. It was one that I kind of used to avoid. I think it's because some of the songs are a bit samey in places. I think you go from the epic grandness of Wind and Wuthering, and then they're beginning to work on the shorter pieces. It was a bit of a culture shock. Don't know why, but I've always found this album the hardest one to get into. Again, you get some extra DVDs. There's a documentary about the band doing their tour, which is quite interesting. I think it was from the BBC, and again, good stuff. Duke. I'm not a fan of Duke. I'll be honest with you. I don't understand why everyone raves about it. It always comes across as a bit of a duff one to me. I love the 5.1, very powerful. The stereo remix didn't really need it, but you get live at the Lyceum, the live stuff, which is really, really cool, because that gig is well respected by Genesis fans as being the band being on top form, and you get the video for that. It's not the entire thing, but you get what you're given. And then there's the old Abacab. I love Abacab. I think it's a great album. Again, the stereo side of things is fine. 5.1 is where it's really, really fun. You get a really epic sound, especially songs like Dodo and Lurker. A bit lacking in the visual side of things. You only get the promo videos. There's no live material, so that's a bit of a shame. But that's the only thing I'm complaining about. And then, as with everything, you get the lovely booklet with the extra tracks in. Again, you're probably all familiar with these extra tracks. I shall rattle them off. You get Paper Late, Evidence of Autumn, Pigeons, You Might Recall, Now, Inside and Out, Vancouver, Me and Virgil, Ditch Yourself, Match of the Day, Open Door, The Day the Lights Went Out, Submarine. And you also get a video for Paper Late as well. My only criticism is they don't do everything in chronological order, so you don't get the Match of the Day EP in order. Everything's kind of spread out. Genesis do things like that with their compilations. Instead of doing everything in lovely chronological order, they tend to mess things around a bit. I refer to, of course, the Genesis Archive box set number 2, evidence of the what's it in from the gallery. The booklet's nice. This time there are little essays by Michael Watts rather than having the celebrities do their thing, and so that's nice to get a different perspective on it. A proper writer who has something to say, and you do get 5.1 mixes of all those tracks as well, which is pretty good, especially if you like Match of the Day and Inside and Out in 5.1. Oh, they're spoiling us. But again, it's a perfect box set. There's nothing to criticise about it. It's just an amazing piece of work, and the love that's gone into it. There's a lot of work that's gone in. And I remember when it arrived, I was just totally and utterly impressed with it. Again, it was these 5.1 mixes that got me into the whole surround sound thing. Before, I hadn't been that impressed. Repeat myself, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. But again, as we move through these box sets, the next box set is the later period. The whole stereo remix, they didn't really need that. Those albums sounded fine, so I tend to kind of veer more favourably towards the 5.1 mixes, and it's the same with these. As you go on, you wonder why there was a need. But I think again, it's all about continuity, isn't it? They want them to have a continuity of sound. So yeah, I don't know if this one's out of print. If it is, well, I don't know. If it is, that's a real shame. If it isn't, pick up a copy. It's well worth it. You should, if you're a Genesis fan, you shouldn't be without it. And with that, I'll have to sign off. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to thumbs it up, like it, share it with your friends. You know. And we'll be back for the next one, the red one. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it, and that's that. My name's been Darren. Look, I've been talking about Genesis, the box set, 1976 to 1982, and you've been a lovely audience. Only one more thing to say. Prog on.